Alan, Wasalan, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another chapter read from out of Ramses, Volume 1, Series 1, The Son of Light. I tell you, I get into this book more and more, and some of my feelings towards Ramses does have a change in it, you're only, how to say this, our parents raised us, and as you see that this young man had a village the same as I had a village, you know what I mean? But, I'm not saying the village I had, they did not have knowledge and wisdom. I'm never going to say that because they are my elders. But, at a level of supremacy, a level of elegance, taste, prestige, to be the heir of a throne. You're groomed a certain way. You're not groomed every day as I was, as many of these young men and women is that's not of we're not going to say royalty, because we all love royalty. There's levels of it, you know what I mean? But there's a title that they held in that place and time in history, so everything had to be perfect. What they saw to be perfect is how it was structured. So, I just say this to you, you know what I mean? This man made mistakes like any man upon this rock making. And it trickled to where that his actions promoted a domino effect throughout time, throughout time, centuries, ongoing. You feel what I'm saying? Ongoing. It's still going on today. You feel what I'm saying? Some people, you know what I mean, they listen. Some people don't understand when to put movement, when to put actions into anything. Some people are scared to put movement, scared to put actions into things. You get what I'm saying? Scared to. They're scared of what's next. Some people get so complacent, so content with how they're living that they don't even, they don't even realize you have missed an opportunity. You get what I'm saying? And no one, I'm never going to tell you, throw yourself out there and don't think about, if this fail, what do I have to fall on? You get what I'm saying? I'm more of a person that will explain it to you this way. Okay, if you leap into this with some faith, what's next? You get what I'm saying? Even when me and the ex-wife woke up, because we had probably just got married. I don't even think we was married a month. I only think we was married 2 months. You feel what I'm saying? Even when me and her woke up that morning and saw T.D. Jakes saying, he was preaching the sermon of David having faith, walking out on the water. You get what I'm saying? You get it? And basically, that passage about David is, those scriptures about David is about having faith. If I say you believe in me that you can walk on this water, then you should believe that you can walk on this water, because I'm here to protect you and explain to you I have you. You get what I'm saying? But you still have to have a cushion. There should be a cushion somewhere, right? David knew how to swim. He was a fisherman, so he knew how to swim. I don't know if the alligators would have ate him up, the sharks or whatever that was out there, crocodiles, alligators, whatever, leeches. I don't know what would have happened to him, but he knew how to swim. Okay, then you have a chance of getting away. That's your cushion. Anyway, let's get back into this read. He listened to his advisors, a few of whom were honest, carefully weighing information separating the wheat from the chaff and never deciding in haste. He worked in his vast office in the main palace with light coming from three tall barred windows. The walls were white and bare, the furnishings simple and austere. A broad table, a straight-backed armchair for the monarch, and woven rush seats for his visitors, a cabinet for his papyrus documents. Here, in solitude and silence, the Lord of the two lands set the course of the world's most powerful nation, trying to steer it according to the law of Mott, the incarnation of the universal order. The silence was suddenly broken by shouts from the inner courtyard where the king and his counselors stationed their chariots. Now you see how they call him the Lord of the what? The Lord of the two lands. You understand? You see how they're taking that, putting this in this book, and see, it's a ignorant person that don't understand what Satan wants you to believe. Satan wants you to believe there's nothing above you. Because see, when you start to believe that there's nothing above you, whom created everything, created Satan, start to, put that back to you. Start to not listen to you. Start to take blessings from you. You get what I'm saying? You can pray till you blue in the face. There's nothing you're going to receive. You could pray to have a peaceful death. You're not going to have it. You can go through so much turmoil that when you're praying and you're asking, just bring me home, just bring me to heaven, you're going to sit here and be tortured. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to be tortured in this reality. You get it? Don't never deny whom you pray. Don't never deny the Savior. You get me? The Savior that was sent to show us how to walk upon this earth and get back to heaven. Don't never do that. The silence was suddenly broken by shouts from the inner courtyard where the king and his counselors stationed their chariots. From one of his office windows, the king would see that a horse had just been spooked and had broken the rope to its hitching post. Now it was galloping around the yard and kicking wildly at anyone in its path. It knocked down a guard, then an elderly scribe who had been too slow in taking cover. As the animal caught its breath, Ramses ran out from behind a pillar, jumped on his back, and pulled hard on the reins. The bucking horse reared again and again in a vain attempt to throw the rider. Beaten, the animal snorted, strained, then quieted. Ramses jumped off. A soldier from the royal guardsmen came up to him. Your father wishes to see you. For the first time, the prince was admitted into the pharaoh's office. Spareness surprised him. Instead of the regal luxury he expected, the room was almost bare and utterly plain. The king was seated, studying a papyrus scroll. Unsure how to act, Ramses stopped short a few feet from his father, who failed to offer him a seat. That was dangerous business. Seti said yes and no. I've ridden that horse and it's not a mean one. It must have been standing too long in the sun. Still, it was much too risky. My guardsmen would have handled it. I was trying to help get yourself noticed. Help get yourself noticed. Here we go. Well, be honest. Calming a wild horse is no easy task. Am I to conclude that you staged the incident for your own benefit? Ramses flushed indignantly. Father, how could you? A pharaoh studies strategy. Come on now. A pharaoh studies strategy. What without strategy, you're not gonna, when you just not gonna win anything. You have to contemplate the next person's move. You have to. You have to understand what's next. If you don't understand what's next, then there's no way you're going to get ahead of things. And to be parallel with things sometimes is a loss. Is a loss because when something is done so impulsive, you may not be able to catch it. As I said, this is a pre-recorded reading, but we're in 2026, and if you remember, the missiles that went up against Iran, it says Iran shot off 14 missiles. You get me? 14 missiles. All 13 was shot down, but one got loose. See, that was not the important one. Between the calculations, between the research, between the recon, our U.S. military has, you get me? Our U.S. military has, they could see the direction of that missile and it was not going to do any harm to anything. So let that one go. Because see, the ones that was destroyed, they was very prominent to do damage. Would that seem like a good one to you? At your age, a trick like that would not bode well for the future. But the way you reacted when I accused you convinces me you're sincere. I will confess I was trying to find a way to talk to you. About what? When you left for Syria, you wouldn't take me along because I couldn't fight like a soldier. While you were gone, I took care of that. I won the rank of officer. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me say this to you, you know what I mean? He do a father prior. Because where his father explained to him where he's failing at, he went and did what? Perfected it. He went and got it together. You understand what I'm saying? He went and got it together. Some kids, some young men and women, you could just talk to them. Like I explained to you, you know what I mean? My cousin, my rider, my road dog. You get what I'm saying? It came a point in his life that he don't have to go through it to understand this not going to work. You get it? While you're sitting here explaining it to him, he's looking at every possible way this won't work. Forget looking at how it will work because there's someone explaining it to you that it will work, right? Okay, so while you're explaining it to me that it will work, if you're a person that can listen and process and think at it, well, processing is thinking. But what I mean by if you can listen, process, and think at the same time, you can do all three of these things at the same time. That is multitasking for real, for real. You get what I'm saying? He was able to listen to you, your gorgeous plan, your outlandish plan, and then explain to you why it's not going to work. No, it's not going to work. And that's the thing I loved about him. You get what I'm saying? That right there is what I loved about him, and that right there is what he explained to me to do in my life, in my world. You get it? Really listen, really think about it. Look at every possible way that it won't work. And if you're looking at every possible way that it won't work, come on now. What that mean? Scratch that, move on. Anyway, as I said, you know what I mean? Let's raise this culture. Let's make sure that we present ourselves in the best light that we can. You get me? The best light that we can. We're not going to always be 100% perfect. We're going to fall short. But if you can explain it to whom you love, that's what I'm going to say to you. If you can explain it to whom you love, they're going to get it. They're going to understand it. And they're not going to make that mistake. Anyway, I'm out. Love you.